What's up, guys? It's Ninings here, and I'm back with another video. Today, we're gonna do another episode of Everything Philly Sports, Everything Eagles. This is gonna be the fourth episode, and it's gonna be another quick episode. I'm just gonna skip talking about the lineups, and I'm just gonna do a quick preview. I've just been really busy this week. I tried to make a quick preview of the Eagles Bucks game, and I was about to upload it right before the game, but then my computer crashed, so you know what? It is what it is. We're gonna move on. And I was too busy to do the Eagles Bucks review too, so I really want to get this one out since the game is in the morning. So yeah, let's just get right into it. No intro. There's only gonna be one slide. I'm gonna skip the lineups. Let's just get into the keys to the game and talk about it for a little bit. Then my prediction. Again, another quick video. Sorry guys, just been really busy. Technical issues, but we're here now, so let's do it. So, keys to the game. You know, my first one, I'm going to do two offensive and two defensive. So my first one in the first keys to the game: get creative with the passing game, get Goddard and especially Goddard, and of course others involved. I'm not even going to talk about the running game for the keys to the game because we look like we're doing that really well. DeAndre Swift is having an amazing year so far. I want to see Rashad Penny get a little more involved, and I think Scott and Gainwell are. I'm gonna have to double check on that. But last time I checked, I think Scott was injured, and then we had Kenneth Gainwell. But I think Kenneth, yeah, I'm seeing right now. I think Kenneth and Boston Scott are back. So obviously, just want to get more involved with the passing game. I think running game is fine. We're doing really great in that regard. Offensive line, had a rough start week one, and at some points week two, but now they're starting to produce really nice pockets. Like we always do for the Eagles. The great offensive line unit, and they've cleaned that up pretty quick. So running game looking great. Passing game, they're getting really good clean pockets for us. But I think for the passing game, it's definitely getting better week by week. But there's still guys who are not getting involved who are definitely great on this offense. I know obviously it's not going to be perfect every time, but Goddard, I'm just surprised that how many targets he's just not getting. Like he is not getting the ball, right? I know the tight end mentality is if you're not getting the ball, you're going to be angry and you're going to block the heck out of somebody. But still, we need to get him involved. He's just as much of a huge factor on this offense as anybody else is, right? So I think that's my first key to the game. I get it. I know Hurst played with the flu. You know, uh, week three, week one. He pretty bad weather conditions. Again, these are not excuses. I'm just saying I get it, but man, Hurts. That second pick against the Bucks. I mean, I don't know what he was thinking there. He just does not throw risky throws like that at all. I mean, from time to time last year, but I mean, last year he was placing the ball really well. He wasn't being done with the ball, and I'm not saying he's being done with the ball this year, but he was certainly risky on that throw, and it's just didn't like that. He's 3 touchdowns, 3 picks already on the year. Does that mean, oh, he's washed, his season's over? Absolutely not. Come on, dude. Like, I'm absolutely not thinking that at all. I'm not saying he's washed, he sucks now after we gave him the money. Absolutely not. And I'm not saying, this is his fault at all. I mean, honestly, no one's really at fault here because the offense is getting better, and I think we're getting better week by week, and I think we're in that groove now. And sure, there's still stuff to clean up. Brian Johnson hasn't had the greatest of starts, but now offense is starting to find, who they are, and our identity is we can still run the dang ball pretty good, and even so. Hurts still made some really accurate throws, especially that touchdown pass to Alameda Zacchaeus. That was a beautiful, beautiful pass. He got a great pocket, but he was patient. He got hit, and he still delivered a dot over a defender. Even with Hurts making mistakes, he is still showing he's one of the top quarterbacks in this league. And I don't care if people come after me for saying that. I get it. 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. He was, I believe that interception towards DeAndre Swift, that was pretty much miscommunication. But I know those other 2 picks against the Vikings and the second one's against the Bucks, those are not good at all. Those are mistakes. That's on Jalen. It sucks, I know, but he's still showing that, still making throws and being our QB1. Just, man, I get it. Those picks, they sucked. But just because of that, he's not washed. Like, I completely see through that. I still believe in my guy Jalen. It's only week 3, for God's sake, and we're 3-0. We're 3-0. All right? We had mistakes, with the football, right? Obviously, but we're still 3-0 and we're still dominating the Bucks. It shows that even with our mistakes, we're still a great team. That's what makes me so excited. All right, so kind of got a little off tangent there, but yeah, that's my first key to the game. Second key to the game for the offense: be better in the red zone and capitalize. I'm sick of going down to the red zone and just settling for a field goal, bro. It's just insane to me. Like, we're such a great offense. We drive to the red zone. We need points off of that. Absolutely. All right. So nothing really much to say on this one. Just we gotta be better in the red zone. We can't call stupid plays in the red zone. We need to capitalize, attack, be aggressive, and score. I don't care if that's going right down to the one and doing a QB sneak. I don't care if it's a pass or if it's a counter run to DeAndre Swift, Penny, whatever. Or not even a counter run, just any run in general. Just get into the dang end zone. I'm done settling for field goals, even though Elliott's a great kicker, right? So we got to be better in the red zone. Absolutely. Right. 3, this is an obvious key to the game for the defense. Take advantage of that Commanders O-line and get pressure. Howell is getting sacked like crazy, all right? And we just need to manipulate Howell in that regard. Desai, he's already showing he's getting pressure with his defensive line. Just be creative, get pressure to Howell and just put your foot on the gas. Make Howell feel that pressure. All right. Again, I don't know if he's the most sacked in the league currently, but the pressure is definitely getting to him. He got sacked like how many times against the Bills? It was just it's insane. All right. And with our defensive line, remember last year, our defensive line had a ton of sacks on Wentz against the Commanders, and that was week 3. This is week 4, right? The start of the season was really similar for us. I don't know, because we had week 2 primetime against the Vikings. It's just it was Thursday night football instead of Monday night. Then we had Commanders week 4, and it was week 3 last year. Man, you just need to get the pressure on Howell and just make a repeat of last year, all right? And be creative with how you get that pressure. I mean, you have 2 edge rush. I get it. Hassan Reddick has not recorded a sack all year. I get he's still dealing with that hand injury. But here's the thing, though. I'm not going to totally make that an excuse for him. I mean, I get it. He's dealing with that hand injury, but, he's definitely got to start producing soon. And I'm not saying he won't. I know he will. I know he will absolutely. But I think this is the game to do that. You have Josh Sweat also off the edge. And then you have Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter, 2 young Georgia football players, Georgia alumni alone, who are already doing great things in the NFL. Jalen Carter is already getting double teamed, right? And it's just insane to me. I want to see Nolan Smith get more reps off the edge. I think Derek Barnett's getting the most reps, and I want to see more Nolan. But even so, we got 2 vets, Fletcher Cox, Brandon Graham, also in that defensive line. It's just a great line. Don't get me wrong, too. I think the Commanders' defensive line is also pretty good. Like, this is going to be a really nice battle to see, how both defensive lines, do. But the Commanders' defensive line is going to go against a really good Eagles' offensive line. The Eagles' defensive line is going to go into a very frustrating offensive line for Commanders fans, to say the least. It's definitely not been living up to expectations, right? Of course, Andrew Wiley, Charles Leno, Sadiq Charles. Who else? Andrew Wiley has definitely been the most frustrating part of that offensive line. We faced him in the Super Bowl last year, I believe, and Commanders picked him up, and he's struggling. Yeah, but Andrew Wiley knows his opponent. I also, before the Super Bowl, said, Andrew Wiley is that kind of X factor on that Chiefs offensive line, and he's definitely going to be the main focus off the right tackle spot as well, right? So this is obvious, but get that pressure, be creative with it. And we just need to make Howell feel it, just like he did in that Bills game. All right, so yeah. And my last key to the game: and be wary of Washington's weapons and just contain them. I know that's easier said than done, But there's definitely a lot of times in this side defense that we've had people go wide open. There was missed assignment, miscommunication, or just straight up, it's just not the right call on defense, and someone's bound to get open. Especially when we're playing really off the receiver too. I mean, I knew Gannon did some of that too, and it's disappointing to see. But I mean, Desai, I still think his defense is playing pretty good. I get it. There's been, like I just said, a lot of missed assignments, miscommunication, just guys getting wide open. But hey, we're 3-0, and Desai's defense has still shown a lot of signs of promise. And for a new defensive coordinator, for this team, I'm liking it. But Washington's offense is just not a pushover at all. There's a lot of guys who can get open, especially when we play off the receiver. There's a lot of weapons that can get open there. I'm not saying don't play off, but just be wary of what you're going up against. Because Terry McLaurin, Jahan Dotson, that wide receiver duo. By the way, huge Jahan Dotson fan. I remember watching him, Penn State. Missed that dude a lot. Went to a division rival, but I have a ton of respect for Jahan Dotson. All right, Terry McLaurin, obviously one of the top wide receivers in the league. I know there's been a lot of arguments saying, what if Terry McLaurin just has a QB? What is he going to do then? And I'm going to have to agree. Even as a divisional rival, Terry McLaurin is just really, really nice receiver, great hands. Route running is really good. He can make ton of tough catches. He's just that wide receiver one for Washington, absolutely. All right, and of course, who else am I remembering? Brian Johnson as well as the running back one. Antonio Gibson. Gibson has been struggling as of late, but oh my God, I'm stuttering. Brian Robinson too. Definitely not a bad running back one. I still think we can definitely contain him with our run defense, but those wide receivers looking pretty good. And I believe who's the tight end? Isn't it Logan Thomas? I'm not so sure. Yeah, Logan Thomas. All right, and Curtis Samuel too as their wide receiver 3. But just be wary of these Commanders' weapons, and we just need to contain them. I think the defensive line, is going to get pressure pretty quick on Howell, so he's going to be forced to, get out of the pocket and make a decision. But even so, this Washington Commanders defense can get open a lot of ways. So we need to be wary of that. But overall, let's just segue into my score prediction. I think this team is going to do pretty good against Washington. Again, they ain't a pushover whatsoever, and we can't get too confident because of Washington. I think Washington's just not a bad team. They're 2-1. I get it. They had a really bad game against the Bills, but they're definitely not the worst team in the league. Not even close. I don't. It's tough. I don't really think they're ready for the playoffs just yet. Sam Howell again, the X factor on that offense. He's very young. This is his first year starting. Again, threw 4 picks that Bills game, but then again, that whole team wasn't clicking that game, right? Not giving him an excuse, but there's definitely a lot of ways we can make Howell feel uncomfortable, and I think the Eagles are going to win 31-17. May seem like a big deficit, but I think that's only a 14-point differential, 2 touchdowns. Still pretty big, but I don't think it'll be a complete blowout. I think this will be a good battle, but I think we'll start running away with it. So yeah, I'm going to have to end this video quickly. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please subscribe, turn on the bell for notifications so you don't miss out on any other videos. Please like, please comment. If something's not appropriate, I'll definitely look at it. Please follow my socials. Discord still a work in progress, and that's about it. This is your friend Idings, signing out. Have a great day, guys.